Hi, Steve Gilligan here. I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about the supervision groups that I run different times of the year, different places in the world. Because these groups are, I think, some of the most interesting, certainly the deepest, and in terms of learning, and in many ways the strongest in terms of these communities of people. I have been doing trainings all around the world for almost 40 years. Uh, a lot of the trainings are workshops that are a little bit bigger, that are focused on certain topics that involve me talking and demonstrating on stage, and then people practicing in exercises. That is one way to do learning. It's fantastic. The supervision groups are a different way in which we are working in smaller groups, usually 20, 21 people. We are working in a circle, and rather than focusing on exploring a single topic or a single method, we're really working in terms of these intensive sessions in the middle of the group around the question of how can this generative change work that people have been learning, how can it might be most creatively applied in this particular given case. So in the group, the small group, people form these, they are part of a team, usually of 3 people. They come into the middle of the group once during what's usually a 4-day training. I work as part of that team. One person is the client. I have a couple of practitioners, and we look to really explore some uniquely creative way of following that session. In the course of my many years of training, I would say that the places where I have learned the most are the supervision groups, because we're really moving into very deep territory. The group really works to find a very safe sense of support and connection, in which within this container you really can touch into places maybe that you've never touched before. Some of the groups have been meeting for over 30 years. And so this very rich network of community begins to develop. Usually there's room for new people. New people are welcomed into the group. And so many people say the supervision groups are the places where I had the deepest learning, where I had the learning not only here, but learning how to do the work in these larger communities of people. So I always look forward to the supervision groups. A lot of times they're in residential places where we really work to live together, to play together, to have these deep experiences together. And most of the times we come out in a way that people say, wow, I think I'll never be quite the same again after having these really deep experiences. So I feel that way. I invite you to come to a supervision group if it sounds of interest to you, and hope to see you there. Bye-bye.